can see that. Here it is. This is the project to Latch, the one that you've all heard a million times. Yeah, I have, like I said, I have two versions. I've got a more recent version that I did that's got some like fresher, newer plugins on it. But this is the daddy. This is the one that you're all very familiar with. I'm just going to make myself a bit smaller here on OBS. I don't want to be too huge, taking up all this space. 1 second, please. There you go. Make sure I'm out of the way. Cool. So yeah, 2012 we wrote this. As you can see, a lot less colorful than my more recent projects. Much more stripped back. I'm pretty sure it's entirely Logic plugins, or at least Logic instruments, for the synths, for the drums, everything. It's not Logic samples. I think I was dragging in samples at this point, but I think the drums are Ultra Beat. Yeah, Ultra Beat there. So that's a little different to normal. Still doing my sidechain trick at the top. We got, yeah, all the drums are in one MIDI window, which I don't usually do anymore. The chords are here, which we'll look at. That's the beeps, the sub. Yeah, everything's just sort of blocked together at the top. Green is instruments, blue is vocals. So yeah, everything from here down is all Sam, and the little Never sample as well that we were talking about. In terms of plugins, I am missing a couple here because this is a really old project. It's just a bit crusher, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Let me just put that on. Yeah, you've got, as you can see, it's like all Logic plugins. Delay, Logic. Reverb, Logic. Compressors, Logic. Both these synths, Logic. All of the synths, ESP, EFM1. We got a couple of Silents here. That was the only other synth I could afford at that time. So we had Silent, and I think that's only doing like noise swooshes. We got Effectrix here. There's a lot of Effectrix on Latch, and that's pretty much the only third-party plugin. There isn't even any H delay on this tune. I didn't even have H delay. I didn't have any Waves plugins at this point. It is all entirely Logic. Apart from Silence. So there you go. I hope that you can take from that you don't need fancy gear to make a hit. We weren't trying to make a hit with this, but it became one. And I was often complimented on the quality of the mix. And I would almost feel like I had imposter syndrome because people would be telling me how great the mix is and how analog it was and all this stuff. And I'm in my mind just thinking like, it is definitely just Logic plugins. Sorry, but whatever. It sounds the way it does. The vibe was there. The magic happened on the day, and that was it. Latch has now 689 million plays on Spotify. There you go. So if you combine all of the platforms, it's definitely well into the billion, probably closer to 2 billion if you take YouTube and stuff into account as well, maybe. Crazy. So mad song. Anyway, should we get into the actual bones of it? So I guess we'll start with the drums. These are my drums here. I'm using Ultra Beat, which is a classic Logic drum machine. You have your samples all down here, kick, claps, snare, hi-hat. There's cool noises in Latch, like that one. I don't even know what you call that. I'll try and get through them all. Yeah, it's mad how many weird sounds I went for with this tune, and I don't know where I got them from, but we can find out. So the kick is, I'm actually making the kick myself here, using this oscillator. So, I can tune it like this. Oh, that's not tuning, that's volume. What are we on here? Yeah, so it's on an F, it's doing an F. So if I tune it up, it's doing a D. If I tune it up even more, it'll be crazy. B. So, it's not like a sample of a bass drum or like a kick drum or anything. It's just literally a synth note going boom. Loads of reverb at the moment for some reason. The clap is just a straight up 909 clap. There's some 808 snares in there as well. There's two claps, one with slightly less reverb and one with loads of reverb. You got a 909 hat. It was very much like Roland drum machine sounds, to be honest, most of the time, with some weird percussion sounds like that. The wow is, I don't even know what you call that. Yeah, here's all the samples to Latch here in this folder. So it was much faster and I slowed it down. Yeah, so I've pitched it down a bit, probably four semitones or something, to make that weird noise. This one too, that is the true tone of it actually. Weird sounds, man. So yeah, I was just, oh, there's a little vinyl crackle. I was just trying to like be different, do a few fun sounds, make the beat come alive, so it wasn't just straight 808 and 909 sounds, but the bulk of it really is, like, the drums are old Roland drum machines from the 80s, mixed with a few glitchy noises, just to liven it up. Yeah, a little noise splash. Sub drop. So that's on the chorus. Good, I like in your love, baby. So I was making sub drops even using the envelope of Ultrabeat, using the phase oscillator up here. So I was kind of just beginning to learn how to synthesize drums. I always thought that synths were only for keyboards and melodies and that kind of thing. Not true at all. Like, you can synthesize drums. I always thought that an 808 was just a bunch of samples in a box. It's not. It's a synth. It's a synth made of mostly white noise and sine waves. So I learned a bit about that, and I started doing it myself in Ultrabeat. So here's a little blast of the drums, just themselves. I think it's all of these here. Whoop. So much reverb. So that's the verse, it kind of just stays on that vibe. No hi-hats, not much percussion, just keeping it like nice and sparse so that when it does kick in, the chorus goes into liftoff. Yeah, I'll show you the drum MIDI. So I'm doing it all in one window. There it is. So you've got your kick down here on C, snare drum, hi-hat, percussion and stuff at the top. That's kind of like how I like to do it in my drum MIDI. If I'm doing it all in one MIDI region, I'll go from lows to highs. Claps be around here. Quite an interesting thing about Latch is it goes snare, clap, clap. There's not like just clap, 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 or snare, 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 snare. It alternates between the two every beat. Yeah, a lot of reverb, man. That's what I can't believe how much reverb's on there, but sounded good in the mix, I suppose. The reverb I'm using on the bus is going to be a Space Designer for sure, Logic Space Designer. And it's on the gymnasium setting. I used to love this setting. I would always load that one up by default, and then I would take a bit of the lows out in the EQ here. That would be my just go-to bus reverb. I would still use it today happily. I still do on some stuff. It sounds a bit digitized and not quite as smooth as a Valhalla or something like that these days, but yeah, it does the job. Oh, you got some noise build-ups here in the drums too. This is my little monotron. So this is like a little oscillator machine that I just use for build-ups. Hear it doing all that. Just really subtle. If I take this EQ off, you'll probably be able to hear it a bit more. Yeah, just adding like space, The other thing that's going on underneath pretty much the whole of Latch, the verses, the choruses, the breakdown, is this. just street sound, just the sound of a road. You know, I rolled off all the bass, but that just sort of adds an immediate feel of like, just puts you into place. You know, it puts you, for me, that puts me like nighttime, sort of walking around the city with my headphones on. Someone says very Burial. Burial, huge influence for us. Definitely copying the hell out of Burial there, 100%. Especially here with this vinyl crackle. I used to use this vinyl crackle all the time. Louder street noise. Yeah, it literally sounds like a Burial tune, right? But the song itself couldn't be more different. I'm just taking a little piece of Burial that I enjoy, you know, the most, which is the ambient soundscapes that Burial creates. This vinyl I actually sampled myself. This is a super crackly, wet sounding vinyl, and the only real way to get this level of crackle is you need to find a vinyl with an uncut groove. Like, you know how vinyl, there's groove and it's cut. Some vinyls are only one-sided. If you flip it over, you'll have a blank, totally shiny, fresh, new side. If you put the needle on that, this is the sound you get. Like really intense crackle. So I did that once, and I used that on all of Settle everywhere, because it's just so much crackle and not quite as random as the other ones, you know. I find that like sometimes if you're sampling an old record just around the edge, you'll get like one really loud pop and then like some others not as loud, and it might fall into a rhythm as well. You put it on the back of a blank vinyl, it's just like pure blah, 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 the whole time, just crackle, crackle. So I used that a lot. In terms of drum bus, there's a limiter. That's it. There's literally, oh no, sorry, this limiter. I didn't know anything about bus processing when I made this tune. It was literally just like, put all the drums together, mix them in their individual ways, you know, put some EQ on each one, put some compression where it's needed, bit of reverb on this snare, bit of delay on this hi-hat, whatever. There's no saturation, there's no compression on the whole kit, there's nothing. It's literally just being limited. So you can see why I wanted to go and do a different mix after listening to this version for years, because I was really wanting a bit more like oomph in the drums. So yeah, nothing to show you at all on the bus. It is literally just the raw sounds going straight out, and that's fine. I don't think you need to really worry too much about that stuff. If it sounds good off the bat, you know, you're only going to add maybe 10-15% with all those other fancy plugins, so it sounds fine. Are the drums quantized? Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. But some of them are a bit off, as you can see. See, I like my claps to be slightly ahead of the beat, so they make like a flam, you know. I'm a drummer and I like the sound of a flam, you know. Bra, 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 bra. Sounds much better to me than just ba, ba. So there's some flamming going on, but yeah, like in terms of the rest of it all, it's pretty damn quantized. The stuff that looks less quantized is going to be the hi-hats, because they're doing triplets, right? We're in 6/8 here. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So these hi-hats here, you know, they look off the grid because they're doing triplets. They're not going da, 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 da. They're going da, 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 da. So, all right, calm down. You've got yeah, so you got a few double hi-hats. So I wouldn't say they're not quantized, but they look off the grid because I've kept Logic in 4/4. I didn't change Logic to be in 6/8 or 6/4 because it just looked weird, the grid having 3 instead of 4. You know what I mean? Like this stuff would all look like 3s. I just didn't like it. So I'd rather have my hi-hats looking a bit off grid and keep the claps on the 4, the 1, 2, and the 3 and the 4, because it just made it more easy for my brain to handle. So yeah, there you go, that's the drums. We got a nice straight beep that intros the tune. Ooh. So this is the FM1 synth. Look at that. Look at that for a bit of Microsoft 95. Yeah, comes with Logic, it's free, it's an FM synth, frequency modulation synth. And I probably was messing with the keyboard for this and just sort of playing in a few notes that worked. But yeah, Connor says, can you play the original one with all the samples? Yeah, I'll definitely try and find that at the end. Here's some beeps. Here's some... So you can do some crazy stuff with this synth, and it's just got a little envelope on it, and it's got harmonics and a bit of glide. Very basic synth. So that is what intros the whole of Latch. It's just drums and that little beep. And I've got a tremolo on there so that the beeps go in the left, boom, 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 and then boom, boom. So yeah. What's that preset? Someone says. I don't think it's a preset. I've just made it. Yeah, I just made it from scratch. But there it is. Take your screenshot. All right, moving on to the chords, the infamous chords. Man, I wish I had my Stream Deck so I could do a drum roll for this. But here they are. There's the chords to Latch at last. Let me make sure that you guys can see all those clearly. Should we have a listen? Take some of this EQ off so you can hear it a bit clearer. There you go. So those chords, I mean, I can kind of select them and Logic gives you a rough idea of what's going on. Logic says that's a D flat 6 into an F7 with a flat 13 sus 4 into an E flat 9 11 into a F sharp 11 sus 2 into a D flat 6. So yeah, I mean, like me and Howard said, they're pretty weird. I'm not sure if Logic's getting that quite right, but it's pretty, you know, it's not your straight triads, let's put it that way. It's not C major into A minor. So pretty weird chords, all being made with the ESP synth, very similar synth to the one I just showed you. But this one, me and Howard prefer and used a ton on the first album. It's it's a free copy of a Juno 106, basically, if you really think about it. It's got the same waveforms, it's got the same octave sliders, it's got the same vibrato settings, wah-wah thing, it's got resonance cutoff. It's got even the same kind of vibe on the envelope, and it has a built-in chorus. It's a Juno. So me and Howard had a real Juno when we made this song. So and that does make an appearance at some point, I think. Yeah, down here. I should move these chords actually. So we had two synths basically playing the same chords, but to thicken stuff up, you know, we had one digi-synth, which is the ESP that you just saw, which is going through a bit of EQ, a bit of delay, and a bit of reverb, gymnasium setting, and it's going to Logic chorus too, like as in the chorus plugin. Like here's without. Here's with. So yeah, it sounds like a Juno, which is what we were going for. And then here is our real Juno doing its thing. I'll take. So yeah, those are used to build it a little bit more. I do have a cutoff on there going on, so it starts low. But yeah, nice bit of vibrato on there and wah-wah, because it's going like down, 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 wah, 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 down, 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 which is kind of cool. Just gives it a bit of motion, you know. And then you get to the beeps. Yeah, so that's the beeps, again using the free Logic synth, the EFM1. And we've got a bit of automation going on here, so I'm bringing in the lower level at some points on these beeps. I'm increasing the decay, so it's going from it's going getting bigger and bigger. There's a little EQ rise as well. There's stuff going on in the Juno too, like this EQ increase, low pass filter is increasing. Let me give you a little play and you can see all that happening live. Here comes the low octave. Go crazy. Yeah, so just building tension, like levels of intensity coming up in the effects, coming up in the synth itself. But yeah, like 5 different things being automated there. Jordan said, is it quantized? I don't think it is, no. I think I just sort of played it in a bit and then moved notes up and down in pitch rather than fixing them. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty off. If you play it with a metronome especially. Yeah, it's going like yeah. I think I liked it because it's, for me, this part is very much like a pizzicato string kind of thing. Like if we were gonna rearrange this tune with an orchestra, I would definitely get those parts played on the violin. Like it'd be so fun. So they're never going to be totally quantized, are they? They're going to sound a little bit off and a little bit moving around. So yeah, that is not quantized. I preferred it not. Yeah, it's weird. It's like the third note is always late. So I guess I copy and pasted it each time and then just moved the notes around. And I do love the ending with the big octave jump. And there's like a lovely bit of glide on the synth, just enough so that you don't really notice it until the octave thing. Like it's like 3.2 milliseconds of glide. Now it sounds like there's none at that point until you get to whoop, whoop. Let me increase it a little bit and you guys can. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, getting really wonky. So yeah, went for a kind of pizzicato string feel, but if I was to use a sample of a pizzicato string, that would be quite limiting, I think, in terms of what I could do with the sound. So stayed with a synth for that. That's like the pre-chorus section. I think that's it for synths. Yeah, bass line, which is also synths, I mean, obviously. Yeah, the straight beep is still going on throughout. But yeah, there's 3 subs in Latch. Not all at the same time, obviously. They all come and go. So the slow sub, what's that doing? Oh, is that just like a reverse? Yeah, so that just sort of acts like a reverse kick. I don't think I'd really learned about reversing waveforms and kicks yet, so I just put in a little whoop with quite a slow attack. Just a sub note to just let the drums have a bit more fun, to be honest. Right. You see that? It's just like that's all it's doing, is just sort of getting you ready for the kick drum, getting you ready for the impact of the vocal. So I called that slow sub, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. The sub that you guys are going to want to see is the fast sub here. I'm missing a plugin here, Decimort. Let me just put the new Decimort on it. It'll sound pretty much the same, probably. Yeah. Here's the sub. There you go, bassline to Latch. Yeah, so like Howard said, it only hits F this one time, and it's on, like the second chord. really, if like you were strongly in F, you would probably have F as like the intro chord to the chorus, like here we are, we're in F, this is established, but we land on B flat for the intro of the chorus, so I don't really know. And you got a slow sub underneath it, backing it up a bit more to fill in the gaps. So yeah, it sounds a bit weird on its own. If you put it with the kick drum, yeah, I think maybe one thing to remember is the kick is doing an F every time. It's like F, F, F. So maybe like that's enough to establish the key in F, you know. I think last stream I was talking about how I love my kicks these days to be very short and just like more of a punch so that the bass line can provide the key. Well, in this song, the kick drum is pretty long. It's just going boom, 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 and it's like a bendy F. So I think that's like doing quite a lot in terms of providing the key of the song, and then the bass line's just sort of playing around that boom, 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 you know. Yeah, that's my kind of feeling on it now, looking back. There's a bit of everything, synths, bass line. Yeah, I'm blown away by how much reverb there is on this song. I'm kind of like, whoa, I probably would have backed that down a bit nowadays. Yeah. We've got a couple of things left over. The noise crash. These are the only things that I'm doing with a synth that isn't free with Logic. Good old Silence. I'm using the SFX Whoosh preset. It's the last one down here, number 128. I've probably messed with it a bit and edited it a bit, but here's that. So this is when I was really getting into my tremolo build-up of, you know, messing with the stereo vibe of a whoosh. You could just have a whoosh straight down the middle going, but I like it to go like really. If you're wearing headphones, you'll know what I'm talking about. See? Moving. Yeah. And then we got a little noise crash here. It's quite funny that, you know, I've used a Logic synth for literally everything you can think of, and then for a whoosh, we went all out and bought Silence. I don't know why we thought that would be necessary. Anyway, that's all the music, I think, guys. In terms of the green part of the track is all the music and the beats and stuff. So yeah, we'll move it on to vocals. First thing, obviously, we need to talk about is this sample, this little never here. Here's a little bit of that. So here's where the confusion came in. I labeled it as never. It sounds like never, but it is the word another. So I don't know if I can drag this out. Oh, yes we can. So here you go. Just cut straight from the old Z bias a cappella. It's probably slowed down. Let me take some of these effects off so we can hear it properly. It's flex, that's what it is. Turn flex off. Use my love and give us to whenever. There you go. Use my love and give us to whenever. So yeah, I just really loved that delivery of the never. I'll try and find some more of the tune, some more of like the old version of Latch, and see if we can uncover like what else we did with this sample. Wouldn't that be fair? Effectrix is going crazy, but yeah, you get the vibe. We sort of put it in, Slowed it down a bunch with flex time, never, because before it was never. So fixed the timing on that, and that was it for that sample. Nothing too drastic, to be honest. But I do a lot of automation with it, with Effectrix throughout the entire song. So yeah, as you can see, like things are sort of coming and going with Effectrix, which is this lovely effects unit. So I've got like some stuff going on with the vinyl effect, some stutter effect, and some crush. So I'll try and show you guys each one of them. I think the first one is that kind of thing, you know, super weird. Oh, it seems to have stretched them all immensely. That's not good. Stop getting stretched. Are you still going to be stretched? That's better. Okay, they are being stretched, but still, I might have to reload the project to fix that. But yeah, I'm basically messing with different parts of Effectrix to do like just a bit of variety, you know. Yeah, like that sort of thing. Like pitch going up and down, and you know, just making it so it's not just a same old repeating sample. Yeah. Anyway, we have to listen to that right now. I'll come back to that with an earlier version. All right, should we get on to Sam? Because I think that's probably the best bit of the tune. Let's be honest. Let's see how quickly I get deleted for playing this on Twitch. Let's do some nice dry vocals. Got literally nothing on this. Got bit of EQ, boosting the highs, like a tiny amount. I am using a de-esser, which is quite advanced for me. I didn't know I knew about de-essing at this point. Using the Logic de-esser, and then a bit of Logic compression. Yeah, 5:1 ratio. Yeah, it's not too crazy. I'd probably would use a different compressor these days, but this was recorded through Jimmy's like nice microphone. I forget what he had. I think he had a Telefunken or a Neumann, and it was recorded into like a nice Neve channel, so it was good on the way in. I didn't need to do much to it. There you go. So there's a little bit of automation happening here on bus 9. If you look down in the corner there, we're sending to a tape delay, which is doing just that little extra flavor on found. Know what I have found. And that sort of does an infinite feedback thing going into the... yeah. See, if I just pause it. It just goes on forever. So I sent it to a feedback loop, which is just 100% feeding the signal back through the delay unit over and over and over again. And I think all I do is just mute it when it gets to the drop. So yeah, there's the verse. Beautifully sung by Sam, beautiful lyrics. Not much to say really about the mix, you know. I'm using a bit of reverb and a bit of stereo delay. That's it. I didn't know anything else. I didn't know what to do. There is no vocal bus. Each of these vocals is just going straight to the master output. At least the verses, sorry, these are grouped here. These vocals are all sort of going through a bus. So this is the pre-chorus. Or is that, no, that's the chorus, sorry. Here's the pre-chorus. I feel we're close enough. So double tracked for this. I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock in your love, baby? So pretty heavily compressed. I think it's because the synths are quite busy there. There's a lot going on, and I just wanted Sam to like stand out during this bit. Another cool trick that we used here is we recorded Sam doing whispers over these vocals. I feel we're close enough. I wanna lock in your love. So it sounds pretty demonic by itself, but when you hear it in the mix, it just adds like air, you know, just adds like a softness over the vocal. I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock in your love? Yeah, so pretty compressed. Probably wouldn't use that much at this point in my career, but back then I was just like, more compression, big, everything. So yeah, there's a bit of a little trick for you with the whispers, for those who haven't seen that before. If you want to add like air to a vocal, don't just turn up the treble loads, you know, you can add a load of whispers underneath of just nice, soft, airy vocals and EQ those subtly, and you'll just lift up the vocals a lot. Mariah Carey, like Mary J. Blige, R&B singers used to do this trick a lot. I think, you know, the air on those recordings is so much, but they're not like painful to listen to, if you know what I mean. They're not like so whispers is a good, being attacked by a fly, whispers is a good little trick to use in those moments. All right, here's some chorus. This fly, go away. Chorus vocals.
Now I've got you in my space, I won't let go of you.
Jesus. Okay, I want to hear this with less effects.
Now I've got you in my space.
I think we just need to talk about the accuracy of that first note. Because like, coming in dry to the chorus to hit that high note is crazy, and Sam just nails it. Every single take is just perfect. I like the sound of it grouped together because it makes it like more impactful. Like the verse is just one single Sam, and then the chorus is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sams. So it really just helps it go wide and go big, and yeah.
Now I've got you in my space, I won't let go of you.
Terrible editing there. Did you hear that click?
I won't let go of you.
Probably glued that together at some point. Or maybe that was just my headphones clicking, I don't know. Yeah, so they're all just perfect.
Now I've got you.
Like, no tuning here. I didn't own Melodyne at this point. Auto-tune wasn't invented, or if it was really bad. Like, this is just Sam singing excellently. Here's the, I think these are the lows. Nope, just more. We got Sam to sing this so many times, and I think by the end of it, Sam was like, I think I need to stop, my voice is about to explode.
Now got you.
It's just so accurate.
Got you shackled in my embrace. I'm latching onto you.
Here's the lows.
Now I've got you in my space, I won't let go of you.
Of you! Little Pearl Jam vibe there.
Now
Really loud, clear vocals. Oh, I've got some effects turned off there, of course. Yeah, it's just a little bit of stereo delay. And a bit of Space Designer as well, just to add some reverb. Same setting, Gymnasium. 2 seconds of...
I've got you in my space, I won't let go of you.
Pretty cool. It's nice to hear it in this exposed way, you know. A couple more little vocal flourishes that happen along the way.
Heartbeat out my
Hear that just falling into oblivion? Let's hear that again.
How do you do it? What did you give me to make my heart beat out my chest?
So it goes really out of tune, that whole bit, and I love that because it goes into the breakdown and it all kind of falls apart, and then we put it back together in the build up, and then one more chorus and we're out. So yeah, I think I'm doing that using, I'm sending that last word, see that there, that just chest gets sent to bus 9, and I'm probably automating bus 9. So yeah, here it is. You should be able to see. Oh, it's gone a bit weird, that has. Low cut frequency, is that it? Deviation. So I'm messing with the deviation of the tape delay.
To make my heart beat out my chest.
Make it go crazier. So yeah, it's all with the Logic tape delay. It's a really good tape delay emulator, to be fair. There's nothing wrong with it. It has a really nice kind of overdriviness to it. It has this freeze button if you want to just continuously freeze, make something loop forever. Yeah, just using it as like an effect to build some tension, let you know something's coming. You know, that was the point of that. Everything I'm putting in there's a reason behind it. Usually. That time there definitely is. Then it happens again, but kind of filtered out. Beat out my... One more time. Yeah, and then we go back into the pre-chorus. And we go around one more time for the chorus, and then there's a few wicked ad-libs at the end here, which we got Sam to do.
And I'm latching on you. No, I won't let go.
Oh, I love that bit where he's like, no. I don't even know how you describe that. Like, Louis Armstrong vibe.
And I'm latching on you. No, I won't let go.
Jeez.
I will not let go.
Like, the break in Sam's voice is just so beautiful, you know? Like, where it just goes into that kind of rock, like, really giving it some, like, growly thing is like, I'm not sure if you can learn that, you know? I think you can get it, you can make it better, but this is, like, just so naturally good. Sam's just so naturally good. It's the only way to say it. There's probably some hidden ad-libs in here somewhere. Yeah, there's an extra couple.
And I'm latching.
Ah, so you go, wrong. Great, okay, so I cut that bit out.
And I'm latching on you. No, I won't let.
Oh, we got some stray ad-libs going on. Let me move it over here.
Baby, I'm latching on.
I mean, that's pretty cool, but didn't make the cut.
Baby, I'm latching on. I'm latching on to you.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm latching on to you. I will not let go. I won't let go. I won't let go.
You can hear the spill from the headphones. Sam likes loud headphones. There's some, yeah, and then I do the same trick here with the I won't let go, I won't let go.
I won't let go. I won't let go.
Cool. Bit of ring shifter on there. See that? This thing here is making it go a bit crazy.
I won't let go. I won't let go.
Intense.
I won't let go.
Yeah, just kind of like French housey vibe, you know, just adding a bit of like filtery, I don't know what you call it, flangery sort of thing, just to make it a bit different. Yeah, nothing too mad. So yeah, you know, I really wasn't looking to try and cover up Sam's voice with any crazy effects or mad editing, because it would be, well, like a crime against singing. Because the delivery, the writing, everything was just perfect. Like I said, none of these haven't even really been comped. Like, these are just Sam singing one after the other. Bam, 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 finished. Give me the verse. Bam, 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 give me the pre. It really was like that. I think if I pull... These would have been recorded in Jimmy's Pro Tools and then put into Logic, but you can tell just from the way that they're labeled, 27, 28, 29. Like, it was just take after take. And I think Sam would usually do like maybe 6 or 7 and then be like, all right, let's start recording. Done. Like, military precision. Oh, there's some highs on the pre-chorus. I didn't listen to them. Oh, nice.
I think we're close enough. Could I like it, your love, baby?
Oh, goes from falsetto and slowly fades into chest voice. Like, that is so skillful, man.
I feel we're close enough.
So I would have been just going, very cool. Oh man, it's good to hear this tune again in its original form. There's things I would do different now, but not much. Like, really not much. Definitely not with the writing. I wouldn't change a single part. Yeah, just be a few little edits on the mix, perhaps. Can you guys see me okay? I feel like it's gone a bit dark. No, I'm sure it's fine. So yeah, let me have a look and see if I can. Oh wait, let me show you the buses. Just to be clear, I always show you my master out. There it is, completely blank. Nothing on my master output. No limiter. No nothing. Exactly as you hear it is what I sent to the mastering engineer, and we mastered it together. It's literally pure logic. You're not hearing anything. So I'm just telling you that because it was not a choice. That was from a place of ignorance. But absolutely nothing wrong with a blank master. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you want to bounce out a little demo of it, I'd probably stick a limiter on it. But you know, nowadays I'm doing compression, saturation, inflation, all these little processes that add like 5-10% on at the end. But you know, it sounds fucking great. I think it sounds great. I'm gonna have a quick look through, see if we have any alternatives here, or like old saves. We have that version. Project settings. Revert to. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I had to resave this project because it was from an old version of Logic. So let me just switch you back to this for a second, and I'll have a dig for those early samples. See if I can find them. Okay. Latch 2012, Latch 2019, Latch crashed. August 31st, 2012, 6 a.m. That's when I finished it, according to this. 6 a.m., 31st of August 2012 is when we sent it off for master. It was the last time I saved it. That's interesting. So I'll close that version of Latch. Don't save. No, that's not going to work. How do we go now? Show package contents, maybe that'll help. Nope.
Here we go now.
Yeah, I might not be able to do this on the stream, unfortunately, guys, but I'll tell you what, we'll look at the 2019 mix so you can see like a few things that I added, because I've only got about 10 minutes left anyway. And what I'll do is I'll jump on the Discord later, or maybe tomorrow, and I will upload a little video of the first ever version of Latch, like first, before we even had the session with Sam, and I'll try and uncover those little Easter eggs for you of those little samples, the original samples. So join the Discord if you haven't yet. I will post an announcement about it, so make sure you got your notifications turned on and all that, and I'll let you know if I can uncover it right now, because I made this tune on probably Logic 9, or Logic 8 probably. I learned on 7, made it on 8, and now we're on like 10 and a bit, so you can't just open old projects, you have to sort of give them a bit of love. But I'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure that there's a way of finding these old versions, so yeah, I just can't be bothered to do it now. But I will open up the 2019 mix, just so you can see like some of the things I would change now if I was to do it again. You know, a few ways that I think the mix could be improved here and there. It's much more CPU heavy, so we will see if it even works. Oh yeah, project backup files, that's probably it. Okay, I have found it. Oh, that's right. It was called something else. Oh wow. April 19th, 2012. That's when Howard sent me the first thing that he'd made. So let's do the last version of that. think it's going to happen, guys. I think it's going to happen. Let me just close this 2019 version. Oh, we got 5,000 people here. Hey guys, that's nice of you to join us. Hello, hello. Yeah, so it's called Chord, C-O-R-D. He's probably trying to spell the word chord and failed. Not save. Logic, would you like to make a new save? Yes. Please don't delete the old version of Latch, that would be sad. 7 new. Alright, school term 2021. Okay, we're missing some instruments. Okay, don't know where it is. Okay, yeah, not much is happening. Yeah, all right. I'm going to do what I said originally. I'm going to get that ready and do something on the Discord with that. So it's cool because it's just more reason to join the Discord. So we'll just do a quick look at the 2019 mix and that'll be it. Force quit logic, it's being insane. Okay. Any questions, guys? You've probably asked me about 50,000, and I've just not been looking. What's your favourite Latch remix, and why is it Z bias? The T Williams one is great, also. T Williams mix I love, but yeah, Z bias is cool. How old was Sam at this point? Well, I think, is Sam 29 now? Yeah, I think Sam's a year younger than me. So, 18? 18 or 19? What do you do when you aren't feeling creative enough to make anything? Still make something, even if you don't like it and it's bad, because you'll learn something. Just put something down. You might learn a new skill. You might not like what you made in terms of the song, but learn about plugins, learn about drum machines, learn about something you don't know about. It'll all help. Which Juno do you use? 106. 106. Did you ever make a tour version with the Howard synths? No. The tour version would have just been the synths muted and Howard playing like the ESP on stage. Or actually no, he would use another Roland synth, this white one, I forget what it's called now, the Gaia. He would use the Gaia on stage. Sounded a bit different to the original, but doesn't matter. How you learn all the automation, etc. technique. Yeah, I did a little 2 years at school. I didn't go to a music school, but I did music at school, and we learned about how to use Logic. Okay guys, here's the 2019 version. Let me change this around. Is that done? Yeah. 2019 version. Let's put this up a bit because you probably can't see the bottom of it. Is that good? Yeah, I forgot that the bottom of the screen was cut off. I hope that didn't mess with your viewing experience too much. I should have had it here the whole time. Oh well. So yeah, as you can see, a lot more organized, a bit more colorful. I've sent stuff to some buses. I've got a lot more processing going on. I've got things like this, Saturn on the vocal just to give it some harmonics. I've got a better de-esser. I'm using Vocal Ride as well, which I don't usually use anymore, but pretty good for just balancing out a pretty leery vocal. Yeah, separated the Juno out a bit more. I don't know. I just think it needed a bit of organizing, basically. But yeah, I didn't change too much. Like I didn't change every EQ. I didn't change every compressor. Like look, it's still all the same like Logic compressor. I just sort of selected a few different modes and played with the attack and a bit on some. Added some overdrive here and there where I felt like things needed a bit more whammy. But yeah, look, there's still not much. There's no change in terms of the effects or like the creative aspect. It's just mixing. So on the drum bus, for instance, let me check what I've got here. Oh, there's a lot on the master out. That's the difference. Oh, hey, that's loud. So here's the chorus drums. Here's how it was before, with none of my 2019 vibes. And after. Before. After. Oh, no sound. Oh no. Oh damn, I'm sorry. That's been going on for a while. Why? Probably just needs that. There you go. Yeah, so you got before. After. Fatness, right? Fatness, presence, warmth, all that good stuff. Just coming from these 5 plugins here that weren't there on the original version, but now are. So, you know, like I said, like 10% difference. Not crazy. Really nothing that's gonna change like the average person's listening experience. But in a nightclub or through a big festival PA, it was making a big difference. And you know, when we wrote this song, we didn't know we were going to be headlining Reading. We thought we'd just be playing in cool little underground clubs, maybe. So went all over the world, played it to loads of people, and these are kind of things that I just sort of mentally noted in my head over years, like, oh, wish I'd done this, wish I'd done this. So I'm never going to release this version, I don't think. Maybe a special anniversary edition at some point, but like I would probably do it again. But now, when you come and see Disclosure live, you're getting like a pumped up, fatter version of the original. So getting a little bit more for your money, if you know what I mean. Yeah, same with everything. Same with Sam's vocal. Like it's just going through a bit more stuff. You know, I'm taking out some harsh resonances here, which I really wanted to have done in the original, but never did. So that's really helping the chorus to just not be as painful.
Now I've got you in my space. I won't let go of you.
This stuff.
You in my space.
Ouch. So, you know, after I'd heard this over and over and over and over again in different nightclubs, I was like, there's so much 2K and 5K that I wish I could duck those down. So went back in and did it. But yeah, man, it's mostly just a bit of organization. And then some plugins on the drum bus and a lot of plugins on the master out. So you guys have seen this before, but you know, we've got a bit of, oh, it's not displaying. Okay, we've got a G-bus compressor. We've got a bit of tape. We've got compression, we've got saturation, we've got soothe. All these things are now on the master bus, which before I had blank. So, you know, that's gonna make a big difference. I don't know why this is behaving like this, but you guys know what soothe looks like. yeah, these plugins are really testing my computer as well, so sorry if we get a bit of lag. No EQ, I thought that the EQ was fine, and there's a limiter obviously, but I'll give you a little before and after with these plugins. Again. Just fullness, you know, body, but getting rid of all those harsh frequencies that you don't need. Sam's vocal is a little bit more up front in this version too. Like, I felt it was a little bit buried away in the chorus, especially in the original. So I think I turned up this vocal here, which is the mono one. Before in the first version, there was just two each side, two highs, two lows. I found another take in the folder and put that one straight down the middle and turned it up, so he had a really strong vocal that's just going down the center, which I think is important. That's it. No difference other than that. Just processing. All the effects, effect tricks, tape delay, everything's the same. I never got this version mastered. I just put it through my own limiter, bounced it out and put it on my memory sticks for the show. And there you have it. Can I go back to this now? Yeah. All right. Cool, guys. Wow, that was a little blast down memory lane. I hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something. I'm going to take a bit of a break, and then I think I'll probably jump on the Discord a bit later. I'll answer a few more questions, maybe just via text on my phone. I'm going to have some lunch and chill out for this Christmas period, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Still got a few big tunes to go with these breakdowns, but yeah, Latch is obviously a special one. If you enjoyed this, like I've done a bunch of these before, check out Disclosure's YouTube channel, check out the Twitch, there's a bunch. So you can find F for You, When Fire Starts to Burn, I think, Holding On from the second album, loads of stuff, Marley from the latest album. We're getting through them. I've yet to do Magnets. I should probably do Magnets at some point. And I'd like to do the tune we did with Chloe and Hallie eventually. That'd be cool, because there's some cool stuff in there. Did I do that one already? I'm losing count now. Been doing this for a while. But yeah, hope you guys are good. I'll jump on Discord in a little bit, answer some follow-up questions, because I'm sure I didn't cover it all. But yeah, have a great Boxing Day wherever you are, if you're celebrating. Have a great New Year's, and if you're in America and coming to one of our shows, I'll see you there, but from a distance. Stay safe, everyone. All right, lots of love.